Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we got another new palette. We've got the Huda Beauty matte palettes. I've got it in warm matte and we got it in the cool matte. I'll be doing the cool matte tomorrow, but I started with the warm matte today. I have thoughts, you all. I have lots of thoughts on these palettes, okay? First off, this is what the warm palette looks like. I like the packaging. It's distinguished, like I can distinguish this between other her palettes. It's sleek. It's very just nice, to be honest with you. I do like the packaging. You open it up, you do have a nice mirror in here, and then these are your colors. There are two cream to matte shades, and then there are her regular mattes. Now, I'll be honest, I did not need these palettes. And I definitely did not need this particular palette, okay? I don't even wear warm colors, but I do like Huda Beauty's formula, and I wanted to give the cream to matte a try. Now, I did buy the Empowered palette. Let's get started, and that way I can talk and not waste all your time. So the first shade we're going to go to is this one right here, right in the middle. So I did buy that Empowered palette, and it had it was just cream, really. Uh, like a cream liquid liner type of thing. And she's had two other palettes like that too, where it was like you could get it wet and it become a liquid liner. I think the Empowered palette though was also a different formula than that. And I like the fact that she is experimenting like with the brand and with different formulas. I think that's cool. And I do think that that worked for a lot of people, just not me, because I'm not a makeup artist, I'm just a regular person trying to, do their makeup and have it look as good as it can possibly look, yet finding the easiest stuff to use. Now, her mattes are easy to use, hands down on that one. Um, I've never had any problems with any of them, whether it be her big palettes or her small palettes, to be honest. Um, it's a nice formula. I get along with it well. So, if you are a beginner, I think you will like it. They are pigmented but not overly pigmented. This particular one, the shadows are a little bit like powdery, I guess you could say. There's a lot of kick up, kickback, whatever, um, coming from them, but I don't mind that. I'm not getting fallout, so I don't mind that. Now, these are all matte palettes, and I'm sure you can see that I got some shine because I don't do all matte looks. That's how I knew kind of these were not for me, because I just don't do all matte looks. I mean, I think in the whole time I may have done one or two looks that way, but it's not my particular style, and I just, I'm not going to do an all matte look for the sake of this, for the palette, but I will use as many shadows as I possibly can for the, so you can see them. So that is that shade there. It laid down beautifully. It blended beautifully. So let's go ahead into a darker shade. Let's go into this one right here, and we'll start to darken up the crease. But I mean, I do think you could get a lot of different looks out of this palette. You could definitely go more orangey, reddy type of look. You can go more, or orangey brown, I guess, orangey red brown type of look. You could go more of a darker, neutral brown type of look. But at the end of the day, this is a good palette to lay down like your base. It goes from very light to very dark. I do like that. I do like the fact that I'm not for sure yet if you can, so I don't want to speak on it yet. I'm going to try it tomorrow with the cool one. But there is a very light cream to powder and a very dark cream to powder. Now I can say that the dark cream to powder, you can use it as a liner and smudge it out, and that is really nice. It's a nice I'm gonna take this out. It's a nice formula to do that with, to be honest. So I did enjoy that part of it, which you'll see in a minute. Now, I don't know if you could lay it down as like an eyeshadow primer, though. That's the other thing I was wondering about, if that could be done, but I have not tried that yet, so I don't know. And I've not watched any reviews on this palette because, again, I don't want to, have somebody else's opinion kind of clouding my own. But I do think that overall, these palettes would be good for if you're just trying to lay down a basic, nice foundation for a look, or if I'm going to go into this color right here now and we're going to run it along the lower lash line, or if you're someone who maybe has a lot of like super shock shadows or just single shadows, that multi-chrome stuff like that, these palettes would be good because it could set down your, initial base of the look, and then you can go in with your special shade. So there is a purpose to these in that way. But my thing is I don't think Huda Beauty even has single shadows. I don't think. And I don't think she's got multi-chromes or anything like that either, that I'm aware of, single-wise, or a liquid shadow even. And I could be wrong on these things, because they're really not things that I tend to buy, liquid shadows, or even singles. I do have some from certain brands, but that's it. But I do like the fact that you could use this as, like I said, for those reasons. Now, I do have a lot of ColourPop shadows. The Super Shock formula, I do have lots of those. So I do think that, like, if I was going somewhere, I could, like, grab one of these and one of them or something, or a couple of them even in one of these, and it would work out nicely. And that's nice. I do have the Urban Decay Super Shock, or, yeah, Super Shock, that's ColourPop. The Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows. I have those, and that's what I'm actually wearing, which you'll see in a minute. So I do think it came in handy for that. We're going to go into this shade right here. My thing, though, mainly with this is that, I'll be honest, I don't pull for my single shadows very often. Now, if you're the type that you do, then these may come really in handy for you, to be honest with you. But I do not, and I'm not going to pretend like I do. I could have definitely skipped these for sure, because I know my own, makeup preference and my own style of makeup. For that reason, I could have skipped them. Especially this particular one, because I don't do warm looks hardly at all. I really don't. And I know this about myself just by going through my collection that I have right now and seeing what I like and what I don't like, But at the same time, I am starting to like the warm looks again. It's been a while since I played with them, and I am starting to enjoy them again. But with that said, it's like I have so many warm palettes to begin with that I really shouldn't be adding anymore when I'm not even using the ones I got. But I bought one, so I thought I might as well buy the other, to show you. So you can see how nice these blend, you can see how light it went to how dark it's going, So these are very nice shadows, and they're blending well. And I'm just using Morphe brushes, which Morphe has good brushes, so I'm not saying it as in like, oh, I'm using the worst brushes in the world. That's not the case. I'm just saying, I didn't pull out my Rapper or my Sonia G or Wayne Goss or anything. Not that I ever use those anyway, but I use my Rapper. I'm catching, I don't know what's going on over here on this outer corner, because because this didn't happen on my other eye. It's almost like it's catching right there for some reason. It's like really dark. And it could be where I laid it there, but the other one blended out beautifully. Maybe it just needs to blend more. Maybe I put it on way too heavy-handed there. But yeah, I mean, overall, like I didn't have any issues or anything. And I think this may be my issue with what I had laid down, to be honest. Because my other eye was just spot on. And this one is too. It's not doing bad, don't get me wrong. Okay. I think I got both eyes the same depth. Who knows, really, right? Alright, we're going back into that second shade, the one right here in the corner. And I'm just going to go backwards now, blending. Make sure that they're all blended nicely together. I'm not a big blender, to be honest with you. I'd rather just like whack the shadow on and call it a day, you know what I mean? Like, that's my idea of a look, in a way. Mostly because I don't have the time to blend, you know? And I know the look would look a lot better if I did, but I just don't have it. Going back into that first shade that we used. But I will say that these shadows all work very well together and create a nice gradient effect. That is nice, to be honest. But a lot of these palettes, as of late, does that, I've noticed. And maybe it's just something that I'm noticing more of, is the gradient effect of a look, but this does create a nice one. It's got nice peachy, orangey red, orangey brown colors in it. Like, it's got it's a very pretty warm palette. I won't deny that, you know. Alright. Now let's take this brush here. Let me go back under this eye real quick with that color I already used. I really didn't put nothing on the brush. I'm just sort of blending it out. Because we are now going to take one of the cream shadows and I'm going to line with it. Okay. Now I'm going to take this dark shade right here, this cream to matte, and we're going to put it right up on the lower lash line. And this really is so pretty, this color even. And it lines it very, very nicely. I'm hoping you can see. Now I am using my rougher brush on this one though. But it smudges out nicely. Wow, there's a lot of trucks out there. Can you hear them all? Ooh, listen. Wow. Somebody's trying to get somewhere quick, huh? Lord have mercy. And you can build this shadow up also. So if you really wanted a dark brown down here, you could build that up. Like so. And it looks so pretty. This is a really pretty color. Okay. Then we're just going to go back into that same shade that I used on that lower lash line right here, and we're just going to blend that under it. Like that. And now where this palette has come in handy for me is we're going to apply the shade by Urban Decay Moondust in the shade Stardust or Starlight. It is this one right here. And I'm going to apply it all over my lid. And I'm going to go really slow, just tapping it. Now I thought about using that cream shadow to lay down first and then tap this on top of it. The lighter cream 2 powder shade. But I was kind of scared that it might do something funky, and I didn't want to ruin the look, and I wanted to use this palette the way that I would use this palette, like if, you know, in my everyday life. And this is how I would use it, because I don't do all matte looks. But if you do, you may absolutely love one or both of these palettes, depending on what you're looking for. But man, I just love those Urban Decay Moondust shadows. I really want to get the, what is it, the cowboy one? Because everybody talks about that one. I mean, I love this one personally. But I can see where other people like different ones. But I do like the Urban Decay Moondust shadows. I don't know if they're worth that price point though. But the quality is there. The sprinkly, sprinkly, shiny, shiny. Alright. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Cosmic shade. And it looks like this. And we're just going to pop it right on the inner corner. I got a little bit of fallout there. That was my fault. Blend it out just a little bit. But yeah, like I just love the way. I do love the way this looks, you all. Don't get me wrong. Like, these mattes look really pretty together. They do. But again, I'm looking at it from a standpoint and telling you about it from a standpoint of, do you really need it? Is this something that's going to enhance your looks or make it easier, or is it just so much better than any other shadow you've ever tried type of thing? You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to tell you. And with that, no, it's not. But it is good. So let's go back into this matte to cream to matte shade again. Pick it up. And we're going to line the top lash line now with it. And like I said, it is really nice to use as a liner. That much I do know. But everybody is looking for, different things out of their eyeshadows, so you may not be looking for a shadow like this, or you may. Or you may not be looking for an all matte palette because you don't like mattes. Or you like it when there's mixtures, type of thing. But I also believe that this palette would go nicely with her other palettes also, to be fair. I'm just trying to get that lined right. Well, as right as I can get it. Let me get real there. Okay. And there we go. Alrighty, so basically, this is how I feel about these palettes. I do think that if you have a large collection maybe of single shadows that you really don't have that many mattes that, start the look or to lay the base of your look down, then this would very much be worth it for you. But if you have this, then I don't think you're really going to be missing much, to be fair. And I don't think you would need both either. I think you could pick one or the other. Like, which one are you going to use more of? Are you cool, or are you a cool matte or a warm matte? I would lean, I'm more cool matte, but really I like an actual neutral look. You know what I mean? Like to have a palette that's really neutral brown type of look would be cool. Alright, let's go ahead and line you. Let's go ahead and curl the lashes. That's the word I'm looking for, curling. It's been a rough week. Alright. Oh, and I found my Marc Jacobs primer. I was so excited when I found it. Let's put some primer on the top lashes. Mascara primer, that's it. It fell. And when I was packing for the trip I have to take, I found it. And I was so excited. And I got it in my hair. This is why I should have left the hairpiece in. For a liner, for my waterline, I'm using the ColourPop Get Paid for my waterline. And probably wasn't my best choice, but it is a choice nonetheless. And it doesn't go bad with this look. Uh-oh. A storm is coming through, you all. Wow. It is getting bad. Alright, let's finish this up. For for the top lashes, let's do bottom lashes. Bottom lashes, we're going to use the Lancome. We'll just reverse it since the top's still wet. That way we can get this done because the storm's coming and I'm scared that I could lose electric. And then we'd be in trouble because it'd be in the dark. Alright. So this is the Lancome on the bottom. And I didn't get any fallout. Again, I would definitely spray my brush if you're using the Moon Dust Shadows, but I personally didn't get any fallout. So that was a good thing. And I didn't get any fallout with the mattes either, now that I'm looking. No, I did with the Urban Decay. I'm sorry. I got a little bit on this one. But I will say that with the Moonshock Shadows, even though this ain't about that, the Moonshock, what am I doing? The Moon Dust. I just want to combine Super Shock, ColourPop, and Urban Decay, I guess. Anyway, with them, they are the only like sparkly, sprinkly things that I can brush away without any problem. They just brush right off because I don't lay extra primer or extra powder down or anything, so that's nice that they do that. Alright, now we're going to go in with the Rare Beauty on the top. I'm hoping the primer is dried. I thought I already cracked this mirror, you all. I really did. I thought I cracked it already. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. How is that even possible? I've already broke this compact. I mean, it is possible because it is me, but okay. And this is the final look. What can I say? There's really nothing bad to say about these palettes. This one, I'll find out about the next one. I don't think there will be. To be honest and fair, she produces really good products. Let's get real. But they're beautiful. But do you need them? That's what it's going to boil down to. Do you need them? I know for sure I did not need this particular palette because I just don't wear warm mattes. Hardly at all. So that I can say 100% I could have saved my money. The Cool palette, do I need it? No, but I think I would have bought that no matter what, to be honest and fair. Just keep being honest with myself. So that's all I have for you today. We'll be doing the Cool palette tomorrow. I hope this video helped. I hope you enjoyed it. I think the look turned out really pretty. Again, I used the palette the way I would in my everyday life, so I'm sorry that I didn't do an all matte look. It's just not what I like to do. But I do think you could create really pretty matte looks using these shades because they all coordinate very well together. So, but subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. And I will see you in my next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.